What's going on, guys? NCAA Hurricanes here from NCAA Clan Gaming. I'm here to show you guys the 2006 Miami Hurricanes. And I'm going to be doing a dynasty. This is the beginning of what should be a very long dynasty on YouTube. I'm starting off with the 06 season on NCAA Football 07. And I'm planning on going all the way to NCAA 14, maybe to the 2015, possibly. About the 2015 season is probably where my goal is to reach. But for now, we'll start off here. And it's also not your average season, but I'll give you more details on how my season goes when my next video comes out, which will be my opening game against the Louisville Cardinals. But for now, I'll show you the 68 guys I'm going to go to war with. As you see there, I got 17 freshmen, 22 sophomores, 17 juniors, and 12 seniors. So a rather young team, definitely spread out between freshmen, sophomore, and juniors. So a rather young team I'm going to come into with this season, but nonetheless, I'm expecting high expectations. Starting off quarterback now, it's going to be Kyle Wright and Kirby Freeman. I only have two quarterbacks, and who knows, I'm probably going to go into Louisville with Kyle Wright as my starter, but don't be surprised if you see Kirby Freeman in there a good bit, because see the overall ratings 88, 86. Both of them are very good quarterbacks. Kirby Freeman's an excellent scrambler along with Kyle Wright. They're both really good scrambling quarterbacks. So I might do not necessarily a two quarterback system, but I'll try to use them wisely. Going on to running backs, I got two quarterbacks, but I got 7 running backs. And my running backs: Tyrone Moss, Charlie Jones, Deron Thomas, Javaris James, Andrew Johnson, Craig Cooper, and George Timmons. My starting running back, along with Kyle Wright in the backfield, is going to be the freshman sensation, Javaris James, number 5 there. He's a very good running back. He's proved to be very talented over the years. He'll probably be my main man for the next couple seasons, but I'm also going to do a 2 running back system with him and Tyrone Moss. I'm going to try to do a 50-50 split of their reps throughout every game. Charlie Jones will also try to get a couple reps in as a backup. Then, of course, you got Deron Thomas and Craig Cooper, who is a very good running back. He's probably my main man maybe next year and the year after, but this is like his red-shirted year, so he won't be doing anything for the 06 season. Going on to fullback now, I have James Bryant and Jarrell Mabry. Both of them very talented fullbacks, but Bryant will be my main man, unless injury, of course, happens. But good to know I got a Jarrell Mabry, who's not that far below Brian in the overall rating. Looking at wide receivers now, I got 6 wide receivers. Ryan Moore going into his senior year. Got the junior Lance Leggett, the senior Darnell Jenkins, Khalil Jones, Sam Shields, and Ryan Hill. And my 4 starting receivers are going to be Lance Leggett, Darnell Jenkins, Ryan Moore, and Sam Shields. Among the top 4. You might know Sam Shields from the Green Bay Packers. He plays corner for the Packers, but most of his Miami career he spent as a wide receiver, number 83. I think it wasn't until his senior year he went to defense. But anyways, he's very talented. Don't be fooled by the 79 overall rating. I think the game got that a little underestimated, but he's a very talented wide receiver. Darnell Jenkins and Ryan Moore provide the senior leadership, and Lance Leggett is a very talented receiver. And they're backed up by Khalil Jones and Ryan Hill, who are also talent-wise. And probably the base of my receiving core will be started around number 82, Greg Olsen. Most of us should all know this name. Very talented. Plays for my favorite NFL team, the Carolina Panthers. And a great tight end. One of the greats of Miami tight ends. And alongside him will be Chris Zellner, which I do run a good bit of 2 tight end sets, so you'll probably see number 88 out in the field a good bit. They'll be backed up by DeJulian Farr, who you might see him a good bit on special teams, but he'll provide some good reps in the upcoming years, and probably won't see George Robinson on the field that much. Moving on to the offensive line now, my starter at left tackle is Reggie Youngblood. He's backed up by Chris Rutledge and Chris Barney. At left guard, you got a couple freshmen, AJ Trump and Jason Fox. They're very good offensive linemen there for freshmen. I got a lot of most of the senior leadership comes from the center position here. At right guard, I got Andrew Bain and Derek Morse. And at right tackle, I have Tyrone Bird, who is a very young, talented offensive lineman for the U, and Cyrus Wims, and another young talent freshman, Matt Pippo. So I've got a lot of young talent on the offensive line, so I might have to do a good bit of scrambling with my quarterbacks this year. But now going on to the defensive side of the ball, starting off on the defensive line at left end, Baraka Atkins, very impressive senior. I'm expecting a good bit. I'm expecting at least 6 sacks from this guy, at least. Eric Monker, very good backup if, say, any injuries happen. Also, Ryan Anderson and Courtney Harris, who provides a big impact later on in NCAAs. At right end, very impressive right ends, Brian Pata and Calais Campbell. And Brian Pata, who had a very unfortunate end to his season, as we all know. Calais Campbell, very impressive, plays for the Arizona Cardinals. Very impressive defensive end. He's probably going to, I'm trying to play him as much as possible. At defensive tackle, we have Kareem Brown, Taraz McCray would be the main man who's doing the dirty work there. And a big jump in the overall, go from 87 to 79. But Antonio Dixon, Josh Holmes, Dwayne Hendricks, Vegas Franklin, and Joe Joseph. So, other than those two right there, very young defensive tackles. At the linebacker spot now, linebackers are all right. Nothing, got a lot of young talent behind these guys, but Travaris Gooden probably the main man at left outside. He's backed up by some impressive linebackers here, Romeo Davis, Eric Houston, who should provide some reps in future years. At middle linebacker, I'm probably going to make this position diverse as possible. I'm going to try to get all. Glenn Cook should be the day one starter there, and then the freshmen's Daryl Sharpton and Colin McCarthy. So I'm going to try to get them as many all three of them as much reps as possible at that Mike position. And at the right outside linebacker, the star, the leader of my front seven, number 2, the junior, John Beeson, coming into his final season, most likely goes off to the draft. He should be the leader. I'm expecting him to be the leader for the Canes and tackles this year, and I'm expecting big things from my boy JV. But he's backed up by Willie Williams and Spencer Atkins. And if anything, God forsaken happens to Beeson, we got some good backups at linebacker. Going on to the DBs now, Glenn Sharp will be leading the way there. Rashad Jones, Randy Phillips, Bruce Johnson, and Carlos Amore. Randy Phillips and Glenn Sharp will be my 2 starting corners. Rashad Jones, he's going to be doing a little bit of two-way. He's a receiver and a DB, but I do like to run a good bit of 3-3-5 defense and a lot of dime defense, which puts out a couple more cornerbacks. So we'll be seeing 38 and potentially Bruce Johnson on the field too, but the main mans are Glenn Sharp and Randy Phillips. And at free safety, the captain, the leader of the DBs, Brandon Merriweather, coming into his senior year. I'm expecting many, many impressive things from him. I believe to say Brandon Merriweather and Brian Pata, John Beeson, the big 3, should lead this defense. He is also backed up by Anthony Reddick, Levon Ponder. And at strong safety, another very impressive safety, the Shark, Kenny Phillips. Only a sophomore, but as a sophomore has an 89 overall rating, and still has many good years to go. And he's backed up by Willie Cooper. And for special teams, I got John Petey and Brian Monroe. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your 2006 Miami Hurricanes. like 68 guys I'm going to be taking off to war in my dynasties. I'm expecting big things from all these guys, big plays. There's probably going to be some down times, going to be some good times, but all in all, that is it. And I'll see you guys when we take on Louisville.